After a week of destruction from flooding, people in Siouxland are now picking up the pieces.
And even though the water is decreasing, the dangers for homeowners, well, they're not over. KCAU-TV's Rebecca Pryor shows us what folks in Hornick, Iowa are facing in tonight's top story.
The scene behind me is one many Siouxlanders are facing after this week's flooding. Front yards completely disheveled, debris out in the front, pumps working hard to get water out of people's homes and get things dry. However, even though these floodwaters have begun receding, the dangers for homeowners still isn't over.
Key to coming in after floods is getting that water out of there as soon as possible.
But before you start, make sure you do it as safely as possible. Standing floodwater can carry many toxins and chemicals.
And so that's why it's really important for people to protect themselves with gloves and boots and using disinfectants before they are back in and using that area again.
Before cleanup can even begin, it's important to check the building for damage.
We definitely want people to proceed with caution. One of the things that we've had happen is we've had some basement walls that have collapsed, and so we'll need to make sure that they're looking at their home. Are there any new cracks, anything that looks like it's changed?
And as you're cleaning up, you'll need to know what's salvageable and what just needs to go.
Probably the biggest mistake people make is thinking that things are completely dry when they're not. This is like carpeting and things that are just really, really difficult to get dry. That probably just needs to get thrown out, because if you don't get it really dry, you're going to start the mold growth and things like that.
Food that's been, in cupboards and refrigerators and, things like that, to make sure that they're taking precautions and, what they eat. They may have been contaminated.
Cleanup efforts isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to be a long process that needs to be assessed day by day, using as many cautions as possible moving forward. Rebecca Pryor, KCAU-9 News.
Another safety concern is possible water contamination. Anyone relying on water from a private well is advised to have that water tested. Samples can be sent to Siouxland District Health for analysis.